Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the natural gas commodities update, where we update you guys on net gas, oil, silver, and gold, as well as the US dollar. And we'll be looking at their support and resistance levels to potentially play off of, as well as what's the most likely scenario that price will be heading into later this week, or later next week. and I did the stock market update video yesterday, so if you guys want to check out the QQQ, S&P 500, as well as Tesla, Nvidia, Apple, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and Meta, make sure to check out the video from yesterday. And there's a free Discord link if you guys just want to come hang out, chat, talk about your plays. Feel free to join. It's all free. And let's get started. So we will be looking at NG. So on Thursday, I forgot to adjust the contracts. So if you click this button here, it will adjust these gaps for the contracts to give us the correct price. And so right now we're still tightening up. You can see we have been rejecting here, here, and here. And we have been bouncing off of it from here, here, and here. So pretty much a tightening range, and it's called an equilibrium, and we are just getting pretty close to the end of the pattern. It doesn't always have to be get to the end of the pattern, and the pattern is around October, end of October-ish. We can just as well break out of here next week or below it, and nobody says we have to go to the end of the pattern. And so far, it's looking like we broke below this pivot here on Tuesday. So that confirmed went back to a neutral trend because we broke below this daily uptrend pivot. We had a daily uptrend here. Bulls tried to play defense here, but then we broke through it. Bears had to follow through right into the last level of support here, and we bounced. So that's a good sign for the Bulls that we bounced in that area. So now we're back to square one on the trends. So we only have one initial move up, big enough move. Now we set the pivot because you can see on this Friday's candle, we went below Thursday's candle. That's a consolidation, meaning now we have pivot being set. And if we break above Friday's high, we have a daily uptrend confirm. And if that happens, we also have broke above out of this tightening range as well, because if we break above Friday's high at $3, that's going to be out of this range as well, a bull break here. And very likely we'll come down to test this 3.3 level here. So it's 3.3 level, and you can see all these wicks here as well. So 3.3 and line there, and 707 level would be the next level of resistance zone that the bulls will be testing if we can get that daily uptrend confirmed and break above Friday's high. Zoom in a little bit to see what the hourly looks like on that pullback here. So very clear pullback after we tested the downtrending equilibrium resistance line on that maroon looking line, and back tested 2.86 support and bounced, and then we kind of ran out of the time. We slightly tested again here. You can see every time we touch that maroon looking downtrending line, Bears are just playing defense there. You can see a lot of volume here as well. Bears just playing defense here, trying not to get it over. So we're still in striking distance. You can see we are just shy of roughly 1.5% away. So very likely there's a good chance that we may retest it again on Monday and Tuesday. Hourly trend is currently in a neutral. This was an hourly uptrend, but this was a big enough drop where bears have a chance to scout a hourly downtrend. But now this bounce is big enough, we're here to retrace pretty much all of it. The chances of it is back to the bulls' favor now due to the size of the bounce. That the bulls will need to regain their hourly uptrend. So the bulls can regain their hourly uptrend. We also break above this we're looking line at the same time. So we need to clear above pretty much 2.978. We could just call it $3 resistance. Yeah, if that happens, we may break out of that tightening range. But then even if we break out of this tightening range, you can see this sideways chop zone is also strong resistance, right? We've just been chopping up and down here. So even let's say we break out of here, we're still going to come up to test this 3.07 level, which is the top of this chop zone. It's going to also act as really strong resistance. So we'll see if we can get over that or not. Yeah, between this 3.04 to 3.12 level is where we'll be trying to get over. If we get over 3.03, it's going to be easier to get to 3.12 because you can see there's less volume up here compared to down here, right? Less volume one area, the easier it is to cut through it, regardless if you're going up or down from it. So now we're trying to test that resistance. There's less volume in that area. That means there's less buyers and sellers in that one area, meaning there could be less bag holders in that area that want to get out break even. So that's the psychology of volumes as well. Yeah, let's take a look at UNG, tradable ticker for nat gas. It's been just in this falling wedge forever, so nothing new here. You can see this mirror looking line resistance, and this is the support. Bounce off of it many times, rejection, rejection, 4 times here, pretty close to it. Pretty much another rejection here, and bounce, 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 bounce. You're still in striking distance, pretty much right below it, 1.5% as well. And let's take a look here. So this initial drop bounced, bulls played defense, because if we have broken this low, 6.58, that would have been a daily downtrend confirmed. But on Tuesday, bulls played defense, formed a double bottom instead, and then bounced. So that's not a daily downtrend confirmed. So we're still in a neutral trend. And now bulls have a big enough bounce. Let's see if they can shape up that daily uptrend, because that's the pivot set now. Because you can see Friday's candle also went below prior date's Thursday's candle. So now if we do break below this double top, 9.3, that's a daily uptrend confirm. And if that confirms, we'll likely get a better chance to break this falling wedge. And let's take a look at the hourly to get more clues. Yeah, hourly also similar to that look on net gas and striking distance for that range. Yeah, so if we break above Friday's high, and we have a good chance to test this Merlin looking resistance again, may potentially break out of it if yeah, because net gas is getting pretty tight as well. So there's a good chance that we can potentially break out of that. If we do break out of that, then I'm looking back up to closer to 7.17, which is the top of that resistance zone of this chop zone. So this resistance is going to be very key, 7.17. All right, we're not that far away. Let's see. Yeah, 4.5%. Yeah, let's see if we get a bull break from this falling wedge or not. We will see very soon. That gas is getting really tight, so we'll get that break very, very soon. There's not much percentage left between downside 5%, upside 1.5% for a break. All right, let's take a look at oil. Okay, so oil finally big enough drop where potentially bears may get a daily downtrend confirmed for them, because we pretty much hit key resistance 83.39 dot, which is right in the zone, and you have dropped, let's see here, 3.2%. So there's a big enough drop now that on the next bounce, bears may form a lower high, meaning the high of that pivot is going to be lower than this high. And we break the low again, then bears can confirm a daily downtrend. If that happens, then it shifts the whole narrative of oil, because oil has just been trending up on a daily uptrend for a while. Weekly, you can see that pretty much every day, weekly candle is green every week, and we only have one weekly consolidation here. So right there, we had weekly candles close below prior weeks, and then that was just a weekly bull flag pretty much. And yeah, and then this weekly bull flag confirmed, bounce off the teal looking line 12 EMA, confirmed right here, and then just continue. And we might get another, if we get a daily downtrend, we'll start to pull back like this, and we'll have to see the size of the pullback. If it's just a very shallow pullback, it could be another weekly bull flag. We'll be watching for that to see how that weekly candle shapes up, as well as this daily, because you can see we had a daily downtrend right here confirm with no follow through, ends up being weekly bull flag, and then higher. So this could also be, let's say, a daily downtrend confirm with not much follow through, bounced, let's say, bounce off of 78.95, get a weekly bull flag going again, and we need to break the spiral top for it to confirm. But that will take at least another 2 weeks for everything to shape up. So we'll take it one step at a time. And as of now, hourly trend will be our guide. So hourly has formed a downtrend and is still currently follow through. So we'll see if it gets more follow through on the hourly. And on this, if the hourly continues and we break this 12 EMA, you can see we have been bouncing off of it, this teal looking line for the last 3 days. Breaks that, then we may get a little bit more drop, and then we'll see how much it bounces for that retracement. You get like a shallow bounce, only to 38.2%. That's still a bear flag. So you can see that's a way to be move, 100% of the move. If we only bounce 38.2% and can't get above it, it's a bear flag. And it may just chop around and confirm bear flag if we break below this low. We'll see how it shapes up. But as of now, it's still they can still bounce right here and then continue higher. So we'll have to see the size of this bounce, how shallow it is or how strong it is. But so yeah, hourly guide would be our guide. If it continues to trend in the downward for hourly, and it is favoring the bears. Take a look at gold. Gold is getting a bit oversold and may start to look for potential bounce here. Let's see. So we are at pretty much the top of the structure right now. And it's just a waterfall. So even if you try to catch for a bounce, it's tough now because there's zero signs of it slowing down at the moment. I mean, this could very well just be the bottom. And, we bounce Monday. At this given moment, there's no signs of it at all. We even bounced over here and then back tested the resistance, which was like 0.7% away after being this oversold. And then we couldn't even get over the very first resistance, and we just rolled over. So that's just telling me that's very weak. You can see there was this level was supposed to act as support, but we cut through it and then back tested as resistance, and we came even lower. As you can see this maroon looking line right here. Support, acted as support on Wednesday, broke through it on Thursday, back tested. Since we broke through, we're not below it. Back tested and rejected from it, and now it came lower. Yeah, no signs of bounce at the moment, even with the dollar slightly being a little bit weaker the last couple of days. And we had this kind of a notable drop, just means I wouldn't be looking for a bounce here. But you could try. You can definitely give it a shot. Add and just set type stop losses. But even on the hourly, you can see zero signs of anything. Straight drop, just barely even bounced. Like it's still a bear flag at the moment. Flag is not even forming because it's like this could just be another drop continuing. So we will see how There's a clue on more on the dollar to see if it's there's any signs of it, of gold potentially bouncing. So looking at the dollar, I wouldn't say any time that the dollar's going to roll over or anything, because daily uptrend still intact. Bounced exactly off of the 12 EMA again. Tail looking line support. Formed a big lower wick after dropping on Friday. So hourly trend was in the downtrend, but now bulls have big enough bounce where they can potentially shape up that hourly uptrend. Also, we may potentially shape up a 4-hour head and shoulders here to see if this may form a 4-hour downtrend. So we'll see about that. We just testing this support here now on the resistance on the right shoulder. So if we do reject from there and come back down to 105, which is the neckline, and break below this red candle right here, 105.65, then that's a 4-hour downtrend confirmed. So going from an uptrend to a downtrend is what a head and shoulder psychology is. And then that happens, then gold would likely get a bounce here along these lines around this area, because we're coming back down to this zone, this cluster of this volume zone here, where there may be buyers that may pick up some gold down here. As of now, daily chart is still looking very, very strong. If I, yeah, no signs of red flags. Daily uptrend still intact. Everything is intact, but that may shape up that head and shoulders to start to form some weakness there. So we'll see if that happens on Monday, Tuesday. Silver, huge bounce on Friday because dollar was weak in the morning, and then dollar just bounced. You see, morning was weak, so silver bounced, and then dollar just ripped into the day, and pretty much silver gave it all back. And so because they're all inversely correlated, all the metals are inversely correlated with the dollar. And now we tested this bottom support, so we'll see if it pretty much needs to bounce here, because this is the resistance. This is the big picture where we've been looking at, and this is the support. So this level is pretty much the level that silver needs to bounce at. Otherwise, this big picture is broken, and it will likely come down to test this zone right here. It'll come down here, roughly down here first. It'll be coming down to test this support zone, 21.5 and 21.3. If the bulls can actually hold this level where we've been bouncing off of it many times at this 22.2. Right. That's what I got for you guys on commodities. And make sure to check the stock market update video out, as well as feel free to subscribe, like, and share if you guys made it this far or learn anything. And or also support the channel. There's a join button below. You can join members only videos. I do that on Sunday. So on those videos, I'll upload weekly timeframes and monthly timeframes for potential longer term scenarios. And you guys can also request your own stock tickers every Sunday on if you guys are members. So feel free to join, and I will see you guys on Monday for stock market update videos and commodities. Have a great rest of you guys' weekend.